MnM, they have that man advantage due to the skirmish we had down onto the second floor. I believe that the repel-ins are coming very soon. Candela's popping off. Blur spots out one. Is going to go aggressive right here to take Tyrant down, and that means they can now only focus onto the players repelling into the site.
Wow, look at that. G2, they flooded the kill board. Nafe was seeing if he could just sneak the plant on the far side, but Benja gets the end. And from what was that lead in there from MnM, from the couple of bodies brought back in the middle, they just could not find the way to shimmy and shake themselves.
Back on him. 30 seconds, they need to go for a drop now.
There's another catch on a disc. There's pressure coming down the back end of White Stairs. Tyrant goes for the hop round the side. He wants to see if he can hit the DMR fight, but they're inside and looking for the hop over to Sync. Nafe does get Alamau, but with that Kiba barricade still up and with only 19 seconds, they really do not have much of an option. And Doki, he's going to see if he can absolutely firing line. They're not even in yet. He hears the break. He sees the swing, gets 1.5, but he should get the second there. Rotates round and, well, caught from above. But at that point, uses, he's going to try and drive the site. 3 players left from G2, and it was perfectly set up. They, as I said, gave the ground, said this is what you're getting, but you're not getting any more. I mean, the gunner Solotov and the gunner uses is 2 that you need to try and keep at bay for as long as possible, and there it is. The second of my sentence.
But doesn't have the diffuser, so all he can do for now is just hold off until his teammate arrives. But even if Plant most likely not going to be going down, Benja will be taken out by Tyrant. A beautiful shot from him as he just repels through, probably unexpected with the amount of time that was left on the clock. Nello will find another, suddenly it's a 2-on-2 situation, but then Virtue finds a response and finds the second as well from the SMG-11 up to the pump shotgun. Locks it off for G2, finds themselves with a 3rd round on the board. Right now they're enemies. They're up against one another. So it's really proving about who's better here. That's going to be Solotov with a free kill just to come through. Virtue had no ID. Doki strikes back though, finds Tyrant. But he has to come back up the stairs now, and that means that this mirror window has fallen into the hands of Solotov.
Blur, he's able to get Usus as well, and Nello just takes the drop on the balcony, but Benja on the back end gets one. Solotov suffers Benja. I mean, look at the hype there from G2. They want to dominate this game here, and so far they've been matching that engagement on every single corner. The C4 misses the man. The man's driven himself through, but gets caught by Alamau on the cross side. A 3 apiece and more damage. Blur is ticking away, almost removed. Tyrant, does he know? No, he doesn't. Blur gets the pick up there on the opposite end. 50 seconds. Nello.
There's not much they can do. They need to get together right now and try and force themselves through, find themselves an opening, and it's exactly what Nave tries to do here, but he misses the opportunity. Ben just swings in from the long side of things. Nello now on 1 HP, swings across, but Elamau finds him. And Doki just hops up out of excitement because they're 5-0 right now. They're looking to go for that flawless Nello just holding off. No moving in as of yet, but Elamau's roaming on the bottom down below, finds that first kill, finds Tyrant, and then pulls back. This is what we like to see from these teams. You get that kill, you pull back. You don't need to stick around. You don't need to go for more.
Solotov sprays through, Doki sprays right back, and there's Benja. And it's just this kill game I was talking about. There's always another G2 player and a problem. Doki does get taken down by Nafe. Across the long firefight here on the top here, and Benja's showing that presence now. Nello suddenly all that's left was hitting a procs around pillar stairs. He's going to pull off and rotate, so he has a little bit more option to work with. But they knew G2 with a flawless half.
I really wish we had player
he would smash against the top of the boards. 30 seconds, all the players still standing. The Candelas roll out, the damage and destruction. Nello partially blinded. There'll be a little bit more. He's still not confident enough to take the drop, and Usus does get the first. Doki dropped. Removed from the board and the pressure. Benja hops in, but isn't given a fight down the stairs at first. Does find the end of Solotov, but 20 seconds. They're still going to make some motion here behind the back. Virtue finds Nafe. They're looking for the pressure on site. Usus goes down behind Smallbake, but Nello still claws on. It's only Nello left to try and keep his team in this, their map, their engagement. G2's take. And a 7-0, and more of the same words from Doki's mouth. But what a performance from our reigning champions.
Comes through, but he needs to be careful because flashbangs are about to make his way in as well. Now the Osa shield has been placed inside the side. There isn't a safe opportunity to go for a plan now as Doki finds something as well. The shield gets taken down by the C4, but basically no damage done towards the planting player. A 3-on-3 in a post-plant situation now. We already have that first plant underway.
I mean, sneaking that in and getting one out the door as well. The Ossa Shield saved the life. Alamau has the cover, and Tyrant, he's now all that's left. Virtue takes half damage. They've got one tucked up on one side. The Ossa Shield on the back end is going to make watching it deadly. Has to bait a bit of motion and movement. The ping's on the player, rotating up. He holds the first fight, but G2 hold the rest. And what was a very aggressive introduction to their border turns into G2 pulling the round out.
Did actually with a couple shots. Either way, as we continue on. Memories. Benji comes through, gets a nice little pre-fire due to the yellow ping, and will secure out that one player down below. Nello now removed off the actual board. Hey, look at that. That's the Ossa just returning to phase with the C4 flies over. It's not actually going to get the kill. Nave will find Alamau. The plan now is going to be attempted, but they do have control of right below, so there's not going to be a shotgun to stop this from happening.
There's the second C4, but it does get the kit down. It's a 2 versus 3, and well, with Virtue hopped out the window, they know of that position. Can they try and formulate on the other? The Sledge is going for the rotate. They're tucked on one side. They're watching for Benja on the rotate round. It's an important fight for Virtue. He gets one. He gets dropped. There's Nafe with the second. Then MnM, they claw the second round back. The second C4 was able to get the player and get them the body balance to take the engagement.
Spotted. Could be the difference maker here later on as Doki continues on the push. He's going to get swung on. Now, he has been known. Nello comes out of his corner. Actually doesn't quite connect the shot as Doki still lives. Now, transitioning to the next. Will not find the kill onto users as it gets shut down. It's only up to Virtue now in a 1v3 situation with 30 seconds left on that clock.
Does he know about the pulse? He slinks on by. You assume a swing will come. There it is. And Tyrant gets the end of there. MnM, a good hold. They read all the information of that approach. Player on the far end of detention. They've got the breach open, so his rotate will be caught. Will he see the drone? No. There's the answer. Nello, an early bite there for Doki, who moves his way in, gets the catch on the far end, and suddenly G2, they've been able to get that foot advantage here very early. The grenade gets the second. Solotov was watching and waiting for somebody to try and open that vertical.
Still hoping he can go for at least a bit of control. They also see that there's verticalities or at least lines of sight being opened by the remaining defenders, and as Nafe loses his life, well, that's only 2 players left now on the actual site. One spotted out inside the fountain, struggling to take care of that drone. And that means that they might just as well go for the site control now, but Tyrant dropped down. He finds that first.
Yeah, Alamau wasn't quite in a position to get the swing covered there, and they lose Doki, who opened up the round of Plum. But can they try and just wiggle their way through onto the site? Look at where the kit is. There's the heavy hitting rifle. There's almost the second victim, but it's Blur from the top rope. On the back end, gets the drop on the player. The call came through, missed the rotate, but
because we thought it was a click. I'm just hallucinating at that point. Doki's going to be trying to move in. I believe there's already someone on the side in terms of Alamau, so he's going to try his best. Nello gets shut down right after he gets the kill, but the site is under control of G2, so can they do something with that as Alamau takes down yet another player?
I mean, he just saw the opportunity on the window to find its way around here, and MnM, they've sort of been caught a little bit by surprise. They've got to try and rebuild. Blur going for the plant, the swing down, and a great take onto the first. They're looking for the planter, who's tucked himself safe inside Sandwich. The swing through of Alamau on the second, and now it's a 1 versus 1. Solotov versus Alamau, 2 big players that have been able to find even hands, but it's MnM that win it out. Solotov takes the header for the player, got the planter down first.
There's no instant control coming out right afterwards, but Doki's just running right past.
Yeah, do they know that they've gotten past users here? Users strikes onto one, runs out for the next. No one's there. They're coming up east. They're on the window as well. He almost wins out the next engagement. They're not quite sure just how to stop the player, but Alamau is on the bottom rope there. Gets the breakthrough onto Passport. They've been able to retake the fight, but that was a great bit of play. They punished again. This game of just punishing mistakes is back and forth. Benja gets Nello. The breach on the wall. They're hoping to get the player as they try and rotate around the impact.
If a plan does go down in the end, he has the opportunity to try and cancel that. But G2 should be aware of the fact there is a Solace on the board, and if they do find Nave, the call should be coming through for a safe plant there. That's the first to come through. Drops down the hatch, but he's not gifted with his life. Benja now. Right in the door of the actual objective. I believe the rotation came through from Tyrant already. He's quite close. He's actually in Fountain, looking to go for a strike onto the kit. Is he going to be able to get one? No, he's not. Alamau finds him in time, and we're finding ourselves with a 3-3 split. goes Tyrant, in he goes with that blitz. He's found himself some open space near CCTVs, looking to make himself over towards 90. And, you know, he's pretty stealthy for a big honky shield because he's gifted with a free kill onto Alamau somehow.
Yeah, the stealthiest operator in the game, Blitz. Makes his way around onto Vigil. Obviously the loudest and easiest squad operator. 3 apiece. Benja gets Nello after Nello got one of his own. They've come through.
Buy yourself an extra bit of seconds. It's going to be the pressure piece, that's for sure. Tyrant already in very deep here.
Oh, the C4 gets the side in Nafe, and suddenly they're isolated. Wins the second fight.
Oh, Benja!
Benja! Kills Blur. Tyrant doesn't know. Gets the bot on the next.
Blue on blue!
Wow. Whoops.
Yeah, that's a whoops. Because, you know, the wall next to him has been opened up as well, so he doesn't really have a lot of room to play with here.
There is so much pressure circling Doki at this moment in time, and you have to make a decision. What way do you go? That wasn't the right way. But he knows he's going to be under a fight. He knows someone's going to swing into him, so he may as well try and take the lead in. Benja gets some support. Solotov instantly gets one back on the swing side, and Benja, he's being called out. He can hear the flashes over the shoulder. He takes the hatch drop because he's not going to sit around and find out what happens. But Usus caught by a frost mat. Blur gets the lock-in, swings his way back around, and not frost mat, but surely that's a fool me once, shame on you situation. Blur swings his way closer and closer towards main door in the bottom of metal stairs. He's safe-ish, but it's going to be the big point of pressure here as 15 seconds starts the count. They drop directly down, and they're holding onto main door. They watch the player go up. Nafe goes, picks it back up, and removes. The hatch is the danger point. They're watching for the cover. The C4 gets Nello in the meantime. Benja gets one more, and G2 look out 2 rounds in a row and get themselves a bit of distance in a game that has been claw for claw.
You know, Solace, who has the opportunity to see if any drones have any information on them, should be all-knowing in terms of information being gathered upon themselves. But no, it's Sneaky Blitz.
No Sneaky Blitz!
Why does this happen?
The calls came out that covered the audio. Nella tried to get the cover on the plant. They do lose one player, and amongst it, Doki goes for the drop. The C4 threaded over the top, but it won't quite catch the player. A post-plant. And suddenly Alamau bites one back on the far end, but there's still a blitz, and he's sneaking his way down the bottom of east stairs. The C4 over the top, the ping and the reveal on the player. He can't take this in a one-on-one engagement. The blitz, they're not able to win it out. The spray comes against it. Tyrant, all that's left, the rotate round on the back end, drops the bulletproof, and Blur smashes his way through right towards the kit. The cover is coming through by the Valk behind. They win it out. And G2 pull off the rotation of 3. It's a let's go from Doki. It's a one more left to go from me. Different operator with a very different hold tucked in around the pings. The motion on the players, the hop round, the cold kit will get recollected and covered. The C4 is a bit late to Benja, already getting the blows, and the rotate comes round. Solotov hasn't been able to catch either of those 2 players. As Tyrant does at least find Virtue. The hop up back to the site. Tyrant with a double. This is why you want him on a gun.
Very low on HP. Just a single bullet through this soft wall should be the end of him. And he's about to be going for a bit of a swing right here. Finds the kill onto Tyrant. Instantly rotates around. Takes 90 into control before he gets shut down by Solotov. A 2-on-2, 40 seconds, MnM. Everything depends on this. Otherwise, you're going down up against Wild as Alamau able to get the kill, but he gets injured himself, so it's an effective one-on-one. But Nave does not know that. He's unaware of this. So he knows someone is in armory. He knows someone is around the other side as well. And that's going to be the swing, and he finds the kill. MnM able to survive another round.
Deadly. What's this blunt going to be? What's an idea? Yeah, that's the idea. When you've got it in the pockets of an offset on sandwich window, you're sort of trying to work out, are they just doing that to get a hold and a catch and then rotate it off? Or are they going to go for something exceptionally dangerous? There's a trade out. There's one more. 3 versus 2 body balance. And, well, you look at what's been removed. They still have the kit. They still have some grenades underneath. It won't quite catch anybody as they pull themselves off. And they're all back to the site with a minute on.
Yeah, the rotation came through, so the nades have been cancelled. They're going to be keeping them in pocket for later on. 60 seconds, and Nella will find Blur as he just walks by. Brings it back to a 2-on-2. We've seen this one before.
Trying to bait the utility, and there it goes a bit early. They're going to swing behind it. There's the shield deployed. They'll keep that solid as they go for the plant and the cover through on the opposite side. They have to wait for the smoke to dissipate, and they're able to take the first kill. It's all down to Nello now. He swings round onto 1, but it's the second stack that gets it. G2. The second team, we are sending to the major from our ranks today. MnM We are sending down to a brawl with Wild to see the third.